Start game now. Uh-oh, the notoriously bad tax avoiders is here, and when he brings a game, it means trouble. What did you bring for us today? Touchdown football for your Atari 7800 Pro system, featuring an Atari Advantage sticker that covers up about half of a football team. All right, tax avoiders, let's go ahead and take touchdown football, put it into our Atari 7800 Pro system, and find out how it plays today. Let's go to the game. Touchdown Football was published by Atari and carries a copyright year of 1988. It's based on the Electronic Arts 1985 computer game. It is a football game for 1 or 2 players. Every game is self-contained as there is no season or playoff mode. In a slightly refreshing change of pace, we now have a black versus blue matchup instead of the standard red versus blue matchups often found in older sport video games. At the menu screen, you can adjust the quarter length as well as turning the offensive delay of game penalty on or off. The game only has one other penalty, defensive offsides. At the beginning of the game, the ref will automatically do a coin toss and select who gets the ball first. You don't even get to pick heads or tails. When kicking off, you can only press the button to start the kickoff. When receiving the kick, buttons do nothing. You simply have to use the joystick to return it. When on offense, you first must select your play using an overcomplicated system using the 8 directions on the joystick plus the neutral position. You call formation by moving the joystick and pressing a button. For instance, you would hold right for slot right, down to bring up kick plays, and center the joystick for shotgun. You must tell each of your 2 receivers either what type of route to run or to block, once again choosing from 9 different selections for each receiver. Then you have to tell the lineman which way to block. Then you can finally snap the ball. And get this, there are no diagrams on the computer screen, only in the manual. So if you want to see what they look like, you're going to have to get the book to check it out. Once you snap the ball by pressing the button, you can run the ball simply by moving the joystick. There is no running back, so all running plays are done by the quarterback. You can also pass the ball to one of your 2 receivers. You press the button once to pass to the bottom receiver, or you can pass to the top receiver by quickly pressing the button 2 times. Why the programmer didn't simply assign the receivers each one of the 2 buttons on the 7800 joystick is way beyond me. Once the ball is thrown, you take control of the receiver, who's usually out of position, so you have to quickly make your way to the ball. However, this is very difficult due to how far the ball is often from you and the fact that there's no target to show you where the ball is going to land. Don't be surprised if you throw quite a few interceptions, and also be prepared for several short passes, as almost all the passes my quarterback threw were well under 10 yards. You can also call audibles at the line by holding the joystick in any direction while pressing the fire button. However, you need to know what the joystick positions do, as the screen won't even tell you what play is being called. They keep it hidden. There were also a few times I accidentally audibled when I moved the joystick too soon when snapping the ball. The kicking game is a complete joke. Kicking usually only requires a press or 2 of the buttons, as there is no joystick aiming, but they never seem to be good, not even extra points. Even though it may be possible, I've yet to hear of anyone making a field goal or extra point. The same goes for the computer control team as well. This is the worst kicking game in any football game I have played. On defense, you can select one of 9 formations in the same way you called offensive formations, but when facing the computer, I found he called the plays so fast I didn't have time to select a defensive play. That's right, when the offense has called a play, the defense automatically gets locked into whatever play they're on. Once the ball is snapped, you take control of the free safety. You cannot select anyone else, as the buttons do nothing on defense, so all you can do is run into the guy to tackle him or try and intercept a pass by getting in its path. Graphically, the graphics are very, very simple, with only the title screen looking okay. And for some reason on my 7800, the green field looked a little bluish and the blue players looked a little bit more purplish, but I like purple, so it worked for me. Music and sound wise, you do get a decent variation of John Philip Sousa's Washington Post March, but the sound effects themselves don't do much. And yeah, this is a family-friendly game unless it leads to members of your family becoming very frustrated. Then in that case, stay away. On eBay, This game rarely sells. There was only 3 times it sold. A loose copy sold for $9, a complete copy sold for $11, and someone bought a new copy for $24. That money could have been better used elsewhere. So would I recommend Touchdown Football on the Atari 7800? Not at all. The curse of tax avoiders has struck again because this game is absolutely terrible. It feels very broken. The kicking doesn't make any sense. The passing is hard to judge, and it just plays very slowly as well. I would be just fine never playing this game again. So where am I going to rank it? Well, my bottom ranked game right now is Title Match Pro Wrestling, which is just a simple button matcher, and I could actually complete passes more than I could complete wrestling moves, so I'll put it ahead of that, but I'd rather play Hat Trick at 22, so Touchdown Football is going to become my new 23 game. Touchdown Football, it's a complete fumble. If you want to learn more about the Atari 7800 and its games, be sure to check out my podcast, the Atari 7800 Game by Game Podcast, which is available on iTunes, Stitcher, and right here on YouTube. This game was covered along with One-on-One Basketball, which is a much better game, in episode 12. Thank you guys for giving me a little part of your day. Please click the like and subscribe buttons, and I'll check you next time right here on the No Swear Gamer. Take care.